So the other day, like how I've been talking about for the last couple of days now, I went ahead and did a battery comparison on iOS 17. And the thing that I basically noticed here was that on my iPhone XS, the battery life actually really wasn't that good, and I was pretty surprised. Now, to be honest, the battery life wasn't that good on my iPhone XR or my iPhone 11 either, but considering that the iPhone XS is an iPhone that I own that is technically, I guess, the most expensive older phone that's supported, the iPhone XS and XS Max, is kind of interesting that this iPhone really isn't doing that well on iOS 17. Now, I did the same battery test back on iOS 16, and I was kind of saying more or less the same thing, where the iPhone XS really wasn't doing that well with battery life, but it seems like to me it's actually gotten worse as of right now, which is pretty insane. So one thing I will definitely tell you, and I've said this time and time and time again, please do not install a beta on any iPhone out there. It makes no sense at all, and you are much better off installing the official version of software when it officially comes out, especially from a battery life standpoint. You have no idea how bad your battery life can get on a beta, and this is no exception. Now, around last year, my iPhone XS was pretty much dying. I would say around that 5-hour mark. My iPhone XS is still dying around that 5-hour mark as well. So I'm still surprised. I remember on iOS 15 and iOS 14, the battery life was actually doing significantly better, which was pretty interesting in and of itself. But ever since iOS 16, the battery life hasn't really been that great. And that's kind of the issue that we're having now with iOS 17. Now, like I said, iOS 17 is going to get better overall, but considering that the iPhone XS is the lowest supported iPhone, this thing is going to get lots of features removed, and it's not going to get the complete version of iOS as an iPhone 14 is going to be getting, which again makes sense. The iPhone 14 is the latest and greatest, the iPhone XS is the oldest and oldest, so it totally makes sense from that perspective as well. But I will just say this once more. The iPhone XS, as of right now in iOS 17, the battery life is still not that good, but it's, I think, doing better than it was doing last year. So it puts this iPhone in a weird position. Could this iPhone end up getting better battery life compared to last year? Yes. Is it probably going to be doing that? I'm not 100% too sure. And as of right now, the battery life isn't really doing so hot. And I've kind of found this out throughout the whole entire duration of iOS 17 on all my iPhones. The battery life really isn't doing as good compared to the previous versions of softwares. So just keep it in the back of your head. But regardless, that's kind of how I see this specific iPhone, at least the iPhone XS, on iOS 17 holding up so far. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.